Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing a vintage haul with you. It is quite a large haul as some of these things I've had since Christmas and I've been collecting them from the start of the year and I just haven't had a chance to get around to sharing them. So I'm going to go through all of the textiles and linens first. I've got a big pile here and a couple of other piles. So I'll go through all the vintage textiles and linens first. And so if that's what you are mostly here for, then you'll just need to watch the first half of this video. In the second half of the video, I'm going to go through sharing some of the crockery vintage pieces that I have picked up and some that have been gifted to me from Christmas from my mum. Now with these linens, some of them I've collected, some my mum has collected, and I'll try and remember who found what. But let's dive in and get started. I'm going to try and go through as quickly as possible so that this video doesn't get too long because I do have quite a bit to share. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so I'm going to start with this pile first because I haven't yet washed this pile. I just received this pile of goodies from Emma of Linen Press. I think it's Linen Press on Instagram. I always wait until I've got a bit of a bundle together before I get her to ship them out to me. So I received this lovely bundle from her just this week. So in here I've got lots of lovely vintage hankies. So I love the hankies for needle books. So we've got this pretty blue one there and another little blue sweet print on that one. Another blue one. I think I bought a bundle of blues and then I bought a bundle of pinks. That one's quite sweet. This one's really lovely. They look like cornflowers. I love the colour of that one. And this little cute border's cute. Some blue daisies. There's another one of that one. Blue roses. And then the pinks. Got this little sweet one. Isn't it funny people don't use hankies anymore? Well, not, I mean, my dad still uses hankies and my mum still uses hankies, but you don't often see people using hankies anymore. This one's really lovely. I love the little scalloped edge on that one. This one has got something in the middle. What does it say? I don't know what that even is supposed to mean. Isn't that odd that it's in the middle of the hanky though? But that could easily be covered with something else. So still a very usable piece. Lovely design. This one's really sweet with the little flower border. That one's super cute. A little spray of roses. I love that little border. That's so cute. And this one. It's really lovely as well. So lovely pile of hankies there. Perfect for needle books. So I picked up a couple of doilies, little embroidered doilies from Emma. It's always hard to get the embroidered doilies. They go very quickly on her page when she posts them. You have to make sure that you're there as she is posting. You have to have quick fingers to get them. That was a sweet design. Some drawn embroidery, threadwork. That one. That would be nice in a needle book. And this one is really lovely. It's got a beautiful crochet edge Really little stitching on that one. Really small bullion knots on there. That one's quite sweet. It's got a bit of damage on it. Yeah, but still lovely to use in a needle book. Then I picked up this really sweet ditzy floral fabric from Emma as well. Love my ditzy florals. I love the little pop of neon pink in there almost. So that one's really lovely. And then I have a whole heap of crochet doilies. So some of these I think I bought as a bundle and some individually. So cute little crochet doily there. Love this blue color. I'm trying to say that's the right side. It's such a beautiful color, that one. Look at that. Really lovely color. And then we've got this pink one with the, do they call this the pineapple motif, or it's almost like a leaf motif, I think, but the variegated pink one, quite pretty. Then I've got a couple in this green color. Look at that. That is just, I love that green color. It's got that real kind of retro green to it. That is just beautiful, really soft cotton as well. I think that's the front, that side. That's the right side. And I love this pink one as well. That's the right side. I've got two pink ones, slightly different designs, but that's just a really beautiful, real candy pink color. I got a couple more of the green ones. So I got this oval shaped one, really lovely, and another circle green one. Just beautiful, beautiful color. Then I picked up a couple of these style. Now I don't know that this is crochet. To me it's more lace work, but I love these because they've got the little designs in them that you can cut out, and I love this, almost looks like webbing, so you could use to put lots of texture in slow stitching. So I've got that one, and then this one has the butterfly motif in it. So around the edge here you've got the little butterflies, and they're perfect for cutting out and adding as details in fabric collages and embroidery and that sort of thing. I've got really lovely lacy edges, and I also want to experiment with colouring some of these, either with watercolour paint or even chalk. I want to get myself some of those Inktense pencils too, so I think they will look really lovely coloured. And then the last one that I got from Emma is this big one, like table centerpiece, with these flowers in this more neutral color, but definitely like scope to harvest these. And I think these would look lovely stitched on, so you could stitch in between sort of this edge. I think that would look really lovely and interesting, and something to put in a needle book or use in a fabric collage. So I will definitely be harvesting the little motifs out of this piece. So those are my pieces that I've got recently from Emma, and I've already started my next stash from her as well. Okay, so I've got a few more crochet pieces that I've collected. And here's another one of that sort of lace work with the butterflies. Lovely tray size one. So lots of area to harvest out of that one. Really lovely and pretty. Can't remember where that one came from. And this is another lovely lacy one. This one has a cute flower design in it, but that's really, really lovely texture in that. I can see using that on a fabric collage or even in a quilt somehow. Really beautiful. These little flowers are cute. Little sort of lacy design. It's really delicate. Really pretty, that one. I picked up this crochet doily. I think I got this when I went on my road trip down the south. I think I may have got this one from Kangaroo Valley, but I can't remember. I can't remember if I picked it up or Mum. That's a really sweet design. This is really interesting. I haven't seen this sort of lattice work before in a crochet doily, which is really interesting. There's that piece. Then just a lovely simple little rosette. This one would be good to use for colouring and to harvest these little motifs. I can't remember where I got that one from. I think my mum actually might have found this one and the next couple. So this is lovely. I love this pink too, this kind of retro dusty pink. So that's really nice. And then this lovely, yep, that's the right side, sort of lemony yellow coloured one. It's really pretty. And then I think Mum found these ones as well. This one's really nice. Again, it's kind of more that lace work, and it's got these lovely leaves that can be harvested and used. And then I find it hard finding these particular type of crochet doilies with the flowers these days, because obviously these would be great to be harvested and used in slow stitching. And then the center is really lovely as well. So that one's really nice. And then the last one for the crochet is this tiny little one, just these little motifs, which would be good to harvest and use in different slow stitching. So that's all the crochet pieces. So next up are the embroidered linens, and the first 4 that I've got here were actually sent to me as a surprise by one of my lovely customers. So it was really lovely. She sent me a lovely note, and she sent me these beautiful embroidered doilies from her stash to mine. So the first one is this sweet little basket. Really lovely little embroidery there. Pretty crochet edge. And then this sweet one that's got a beautiful butterfly. Look how tiny these little button, what is it, like the buttonhole or button blanket stitch kind of little circular, so tiny. Look at those. I just love to marvel at the intricate detail of some of the embroidered linens and at how skilled the embroiderers were. I mean, look at how neat the satin stitch is on this one. Making sure that I've got that in frame for you. Yeah, look at that. Just look at that stitching. It's so tiny and neat. I'm not sure my stitching will ever be that tiny and neat. It's just beautiful. And then this little one, another little basket one. Again, really lovely stitching. Looks like she's maybe used pearl thread in part of this. And it's really tightly stem stitched. Just beautiful. Yeah, so those 4 were from one of my lovely customers, which is so lovely, and they will definitely go into personal projects, those ones. Okay, so I'm going to try and remember where I picked up these different ones from. This one was one that I picked up from a vintage shop in Kangaroo Valley. That one's a really lovely basket design, really pretty. This one I picked up at a local op shop just the other week, which is very rare for me to find in my local op shops any kind of linens. So I squealed in delight when I found this one. I think that's a really sweet design. and it's on a really soft, pale, lemony linen. So I was very surprised to find that one. And this one, I think I found locally as well recently, but I can't remember. It's a beautiful, or I got it on Facebook. Can't remember. Beautiful cherry blossom design though on that one. So that one's lovely. This one, I can't remember if I found it on my trip down south or if my mum did. That's an interesting design, the daffodil. This one I found on my trip down south, a little cross-stitch design. I'm not sure what is going on here and why they've added this piece. I'm guessing that there was maybe a stain or something there. I'm not sure, but it definitely does not fit in. So we'll definitely harvest this part out and probably discard that little odd bit. But this bit's beautiful, the cross stitch. Then we've got, this one is a beautiful piece of white embroidered and thread work, and this beautiful sort of crochet lace edge. It's not without its damage, you can see here, but that one's really pretty. I can't remember where I got this one from or if it was me or mum that found it, but that's another sweet little basket, little tray cloth. It's really cute. Again, I can't remember where this one came from. I think I might have got this from Emma as well at Press Linen, possibly. I'm not sure what's happening here. This is an interesting center, but it's really pretty. And this one, I think this one actually came from that customer as well. This one's a painted one. That one. Then some of the bigger ones that I've got. So I'm pretty sure my mum picked this one up for me. It's a really beautiful design. This can be used, this could sort of be harvested and this could be harvested. That would be beautiful, harvested and stitched onto something. And then you could utilize this linen in another way. So that one's really pretty. And then we've got some beautiful orchids. My mum found this one. I think my mum found most of these ones. So that's really beautiful. These two, I'm not sure if these are hand embroidered or they're machine embroidered. They sort of remind me of machine embroidery. But when you look at the back, they could be hand done. But they're really lovely. They're the sort of Chinese style ones, I think. But still really beautiful. You could harvest this out and include that in a slow stitch project. Those two. This one is really lovely. So this one's got crocus, and I'm not sure if this is then supposed to be daffodil because you've got snowdrops here. So that's what I'm assuming they are. But really beautiful satin stitch. Look at the green stems and how perfectly neat and full that satin stitch is. And it's quite full. It's really thick. Like there's a lot of stitching there, and I reckon that's probably all single strand stitching as well. But it is just beautiful work on that one. Absolutely beautiful. So then I have a few more hankies, which I also got from Emma of Press Linen. These I got in a separate order to the ones that I've already shown, because I haven't washed them yet. This lovely rose one. This sweet yellow trimmed one with little flowers. And then this little one as well. And then I've got some napkins, or these could be hankies as well, I suppose, these first two. They're just a plain white with a little bit of drawn thread work, and I've got 2 of those. So you could do a beautiful stitching or something on that, or you can fold them in half and use them in needle books, which is how I kind of like to use them. So I've got 2 of those ones. This I also got from Emma of Pressed Linen, and this is absolutely beautiful. This beautiful appliqued pink flowers on this really sheer, almost organza-like fabric. But they are just beautiful and perfect for harvesting. And I almost feel like this fabric will just tear away from the applique, so that I can then use the applique in different projects and things, but really pretty. Then we've got some bigger pieces. I'll do these 2 first, actually. So these are another 2 napkins that I've got, and I love this appliqued scalloped edge that they've done with the little flowers. I'm definitely thinking like that could become the cover of a book or a page in a larger needle book, or even turned into some kind of pouch. But that's really lovely, those 2. And then these are both the same, these 2, and they're sort of not tablecloth size, but they'd be really large tray tabs. They're more like a table centerpiece, I feel. Can you see? Yeah. So beautiful design that features in all 4 corners, and then in the middle there's also a little embroidery design. But again, really beautiful stitching. And I've got 2 of those, so I will definitely keep one for myself, and then one will either go in the shop as a full piece, or I will harvest it and include it in kits. So, but yeah, really pretty. Lovely linen as well. So the last lot of linens I have are tablecloths. So the first 2 are 2 that my mum found that have some lovely embroidery in them. So they've got this one has this beautiful centerpiece embroidery, and then it has embroidery in the 4 corners. So I'm thinking I will harvest this one and cut it up into pieces to use, and then the bits that don't have embroidery, they won't go to waste. They'll go and be used as well to do my own embroideries and things like that on. That one's really lovely. And we've got this one, which again has this center design with these lovely flowers. These will be really easy to cut out and use. It's got some flowers in the corner as well. So that one can be easily harvested. Then just having a look, I'll do the ones that I found last. Okay, so I think my mum found this one as well. This one is beautiful. So a beautiful cross stitch one. Look at that. It's beautiful. So now this is one where it does have a stain here, and it has been washed and soaked. So if I haven't been able to soak out that stain, it means it's not going to come out. But that's the only thing wrong with this one. So now with this one, this is kind of one where I hesitate to cut it up. And so rather than cutting it up, what I like to do, or what I've started to plan on doing, is adding EPP design and motif in amongst the embroidery or in amongst the cross stitch. So that's very likely what will happen with this piece, because I just think they're just too beautiful to just madly go cutting into. I understand that there's nothing wrong with that, cutting into them like that, but when a piece is unflawed, apart from the one little stain that this one has, I want to enjoy the embroidery, but I want to add my own flair to it. So this one may go into the pile of adding the EPP to it, but that one is beautiful. This is another one that my mum found. This is a really lovely design, really sweet blue flowers and this sort of vine-like flowers. This one's quite interesting because in the center here, it's almost like they've used a different fabric. It's kind of like a really fine, almost gauze-like fabric. It's definitely not the same linen as this. It's almost like this has been completely appliqued on separately and then embroidered into. You can see here that the fabric is definitely different. It's been cut. So it's very interesting. And it's like that in the corners as well. So it's got the corner motif. And then in the center, it's got the four large flowers and four smaller flowers. So that one's quite different and quite pretty. Then we've got this one's quite big and it's got these big, beautiful embroidered flowers. This looks to me like it's been machine done. So it's got these big, beautiful sprays of flowers in the center, some smaller sprays around in the corners, and these little sprays. So this one is one that I think I'll harvest from. But that's, even though it's machine done, I'm pretty sure it's machine done, still very beautiful. Okay, so the last 3 tablecloths I found, and I got them through Facebook Marketplace. This one is stunning, and this is one that I'm already planning on adding to and not cutting up. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful cross-stitch design. It's got this lovely center square, and then around it, it's got this other beautiful border. And so what I'm thinking with this one is, in the center here, I'm thinking of embroidering a quote in lovely script letters, something to do with flowers or gardening. And then in this area here, I'll come in with a border of EPP flowers, possibly hexes or jewels, or maybe a combination of both. And then on the outside here, I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same border of flowers all the way around. And then I will most likely turn this into a quilted wall hanging because it's just beautiful and I don't want to cut into it. It has no stains on it. There was a slight sort of stain and discoloration in the center here, which I think I've managed to soak and wash out. So, because I can't see it anymore. But that one is just beautiful. And I definitely don't want to cut that one up. So that one will be added to. This is another one that I found through Facebook Marketplace. Beautiful, large cross-stitch roses on this lovely linen. This one I am going to cut up and I will harvest this different cross-stitch flowers. It does have staining to it. And this crocheted lace has been just simply zigzag stitched on, so I'm going to unpick all that because then I can utilize the lace. And then I can also utilize this lovely linen, even the bit that's got stains on it, because I can cover that, but I'll still be able to use a lot of this linen in other projects as well. But it's quite a big one, but really lovely cross-stitch design on that one. And then the last one that I've got is absolutely beautiful, and I got this from Facebook Marketplace as well. And it is sort of a rectangular shape with curved corners, and it has these beautiful sprays of roses with the bow. So it has these in the corners, then it has smaller sprays around the edge, and then in the center it has the little rosebuds. So I'm actually undecided what I'm going to do with this one. I think it's really beautiful, and I'd almost like to use it as a tablecloth. I'm not overly fussed on the crochet edge that's been applied to it. I think, yeah, I'm just not sure about the crochet edge on it. But I can also see myself cutting these out, and potentially, you know, one of those could become a really beautiful little cushion, or this can be used in a quilt. So I can see myself harvesting this or potentially using it, because I do like to use beautiful linens like these. And I don't recall there being any stains on it either. And so I'm always hesitant to cut things up when they're not stained. But and it is really beautiful. So we'll have to see what I decide to do with this one. It might get put away for a little bit until I've decided what I'm going to do. But really lovely, that one. Beautiful work. So the last textile pieces I've got to share is a beautiful tapestry that I bought from Facebook Marketplace. This one here, it needs to be stretched again. This I think I'm just going to straight up make into a cushion, because I think that's really beautiful. It has some missing stitches up here, which I think I'll fill in myself. And then I will come in and I will probably get rid of this outside edge border and make the cushion from the green part. This will become seam allowance that way. But it needs to be sort of, I need to try and stretch it back into shape a little bit, because it's a little bit warped, as you can see. But I thought that was just really beautiful, because you know how I love gardens. And that just reminds me of a French garden or an English cottage garden. So that was a really beautiful piece. And then the last thing I've got to show is a little bit different, but I have seen some slow stitches using dolls' dresses or little baby dresses or gowns, and sort of upcycling them into artworks with slow stitching and that sort of thing on them. And I just happened to be in one of my local vintage shop, and they had what I'm about to show you all hanging up together. And as soon as I saw them, I just thought, oh, they are the sweetest, cutest things. And I just picked them up without hesitation, because I knew either I could do something beautiful with them or someone else can. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's got this beautiful little, really tiny embroidered detail up the top, really lovely braid. This one feels like silk. This fabric still has its little tag. Maud Wilson. And then it's got the same beautiful little embroidery design. But I thought that was just so cute, and I can see some beautiful stitching on there and it hanging up on the wall. I just thought that was super sweet. So I picked up that one. Then I also got this white cotton one, which has a little embroidery on it as well. Has a little embroidery down here. Is that a stain? Or no, that's fluff. And a little ribbon. So I thought that was super cute as well, and perfect for some slow stitching. And then this one is super sweet too. This is a little pink dress and bloomer set. Look at the bloomers. Look at them. Are they not just the cutest little thing? Oh, I just thought that was so cute. And the little dress, which has some embroidery on it. This looks to me more like, is that even big? Oh, those babies are quite tiny, aren't they? It just looks so small to be a baby dress. But it does have on here, Orem baby wear, handmade in Madeira, Portugal, on there. And this is a size 12, believe it or not. Voile 100% cotton, yeah. But isn't that just so cute? So I picked those up to do a little bit of play, a little bit of playing with. Okay, so next I'm going to share all of the vintage crockery and a few other little treasures that I have found recently, or found a little while ago because it's taken me so long to film this. We'll come back to this beautiful book at the end, but I haven't even had a really good look through myself yet, but this book is gorgeous. So we'll have a flick through that at the very end. But let's get started with some of the vintage pieces that I've picked up recently. So we'll start with teacup sets, because we all love a vintage teacup set. So the first 4 that I'm going to share, I scored big time when I visited the Salvo store in Barrel when I did my little road trip down the south coast. And I got 4 vintage teacup sets, really well priced. So I picked up this beautiful one, and I haven't even washed these ones yet, but this beautiful sweet design. Now I have one very similar to this, and I think the one that I have has a flaw in it, and I'll go and get it and I'll show you, but I think this one is an original with no flaws, and then I'll show you the one that is mine that I originally had. So this one is, it's Royal Doulton. There you go, it's got the little maker's mark on it. Really sweet. Now this is my original one that I've had for a little while. Now you can see, first of all, the sizing is different. This one is still Royal Doulton. It's got the Royal Doulton mark there. It's a lot faded and it's a bit more worn. It has a little bit of a scalloped edge compared to the other one. But if we look at here, you see this one here, because this is a printed design, I think this is a flaw. I don't think that's supposed to be there. And then on the plate. So it's the same design and the same pattern. This set is slightly bigger than this one. This one is in better condition. But this one has the flower on the inside. But I think that might be a flaw. What do you think? Do you think that odd flower is supposed to be there? I don't think it is it? So, and it still says Royal Doulton on the bottom. Same mark. But isn't that interesting? So there you go. So the next set that I've got is another little lovely rose set. This one is Royal Albert. It's the Forget Me Not Rose. You see, I still got the sticker on it because I haven't washed any of these yet. But this one is in beautiful condition. No chips. It's still got a lot of the gold plating around the outside edge on it. Really sweet little design. Then I picked up this lovely rose pattern as well. This one is, just says, how do you pronounce that? Is it Colo? Colo? Made in England as well. Really sweet little design. And the last one that I got from the op shop was this beautiful, very pale icy blue with the gold detail. So this one is, it says Royal Crown Pottery, Fine Bone China, England. See if the plate has Trentham. It says Trentham Royal Crown Pottery. So that one's really beautiful. Really pretty set as well. So the last teacup set that I bought, this was this one, and I got this one from the vintage shop in Kangaroo Valley. And this was a bit of a splurge piece. It was a gift to myself because they had this particular shop in Kangaroo Valley. Now I can't remember what it's called, but they had so much vintage china, so many vintage tea sets. It was really hard to only pick one, but this was the one that I decided to go for. Look at that. Now, of course, what drew me to this one is this beautiful aqua color and the beautiful flowers. And I loved this detail here. I loved the handle detail. It is a Royal Doulton, and it's got here bouquet and the number. And it was a splurge, as you can see, but I thought this one was absolutely beautiful. There was about 3 that I was trying to decide between, and in the end I decided to go with this one. And it's in beautiful condition as well. So there's the saucer and the side plate. So beautiful set. So that will go into my set, my collection, and I will enjoy many a cup of tea out of that one because it is just so beautiful. Okay, some other pieces that I picked up in my travels. I also got this one from the vintage shop in Kangaroo Valley. It's a lovely bowl. I love bowls like this for putting fabric in and using them just to display in my studio or in the house. That one was really pretty. I picked up these little dishes. I think I got these from a local op shop. They are Grosvenor Bone China, Jackson and Gosling. Thought they were really cute. They'd make really good little pin dishes. So they're quite sweet. I found these at my local op shop recently, and I think they will make lovely pin cushions. So I'll do like a stuffed pin cushion in there. I found this piece at my local vintage shop. It's Carlton Ware. I'm always looking out for well-priced Carlton Ware. Now this one wasn't too expensive because it does have a little chip here where the glaze has come off. So a lovely sweet little shrub rose design on that one. And does it have the name of it? It doesn't. I thought that was really sweet anyway, really pretty. And then I picked up this little dish as well from my local op shop. Again, perfect for pins or putting, I kind of use little dishes like this for like my thread rubbish when I'm stitching. And I picked up this really pretty plate from my local Salvo store. This lovely scene. Thought that was really pretty. Got the wheat design and flowers and the horse pulling the rowboat. Does it say on the back here? It says the Constable Series Bicentennial 1776 to 1976. Broadhurst, Le Cornerstone, Fronstone, under something. Detergent proof, Staffordshire, England. Anyway, I thought that was really lovely. Then I have some plates. So I have these two side plates, which I love the design and the colour of these. These ones are Staffordshire, fine bone china. And I don't mind having odd plates like this because I do like to use them when I'm having tea parties and that sort of thing. And then I've got some painted plates for my collection. 2 of them I found on my South Coast trip. And I haven't taken the price tags off them either or washed them. So I might be able to just peel this one off now. Oh, wait, I peeled it off, but I've got left residue. So imagine that's not there and it's cleaned. But this beautiful rose design with the lovely sort of, what do you call that, like lattice? So my camera or my phone rudely decided to stop filming because I had run out of space. So I've just made some space. So we were talking about this beautiful plate that I picked up. And I also grabbed this painted plate, as you can see there. Did not cost me too much. From the Salvo's store. That one's lovely. So this one is by Langford Brown. Oh look, my maiden name is Brown. And this one, that's what I was doing, is by E. Book. 1984, that one. And this one was painted, she hasn't put a date, but painted in Sydney. So I found those 2. And then my mum found these 2. Some lovely soft roses on that one. Pink roses by Jackie. So lovely design on that one. And this one is beautiful. And I love the scallop shape of the plate and this sort of detail here. But look at that, isn't that just so lovely? And this one just has Nell Moore written on the back. So that one is beautiful. And then to keep in tune with the painted crockery, my mum also found me this gorgeous little hand painted teacup and saucer. And the colour, I just love this real duck egg blue colour. And it says on the back, hand painted by Gemma Biaggi, 1979. So that is just gorgeous, that one. So the last thing, or not the last thing actually, but in terms of sort of crockery that I've got are these 4 strawberry, well this is not, sorry, it's the last thing that I've found. The other pieces my mum found. So these 4 lovely strawberry mugs I found at Dirty Jane's in Bowral. It says I think that's Rockberry, made in Japan. Anyway, you know I love strawberries, so I could not resist these 4 mugs. Now, I don't think they're particularly vintage, and that's a printed design, but I love strawberries. And so I picked up those 4, and I can't remember how much it was, but it was not that expensive for the 4 of them, so I picked them up. So these pieces my mum found and gifted to me for Christmas, and I've held on to them and not put them away because I wanted to share them, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is a little, I guess you call it breakfast set or morning tea set. So everything comes on this tray. You've got your little teapot for one, and the design is a beautiful daffodil spring design. You've got your teacup. You've got your cream or milk and sugar. And then you've got your little holder for your toast or crackers. My toast would not fit in there. Isn't that cute? And then, of course, it comes on the tray plate with its little compartments. So this is Royal Wilton, Grimwolds, England, and this is the Richmond design. And it's number 1848. So yes, Mum picked this up when she was in Canberra, and they were at, I think from memory, she was at Cockington Green. And if you're Australian, you'll probably know about Cockington Green. It's like a little miniature display village. And in the shop that they have there, they had cabinets full of this type of crockery on display. And it was more like, they were more like museum pieces. They weren't for sale. And Mum took photos and videos of them and was showing me, and they were just exquisite. But unbeknownst to me, they did have some that were for sale, and Mum picked up this set for me. So that is absolutely beautiful, and I will treasure that one. So the last pieces that I have that my mum found for me and gifted to me for Christmas are a whole heap of cream and sugar little sets. So she's been collecting these for a while, and then she gave them all to me at Christmas time. So this is a lovely little shrub rose design. This one is Royal Albert, Friendship Series of 12 Wild Rose. So that's a really cute little sweet set. Then we've got this one, which is just says Royal Albert Bone China. It doesn't have the design, but I actually have, I have the jug. I have a jug, but mine has a slightly different handle and different shape here. So this is a beautiful forget-me-not design. Flower on the back. So that one's really sweet. Then we've got this one. This one's really lovely. Love this really soft pastel green colour on the handle. Really beautiful detail up the top. It's the sugar bowl to match. This one is a Royal Doulton. It says Moss Rose on it. Really pretty set. And we have this one. Really lovely little design. Look at that little stand for it. Really sweet flowers on this one. This one's a little bit more worn. The gold has worn off the edge. This one says something Wilkinson Limited, England. So that one's really cute. And the last one that she got me is this really pretty one. Another sort of shrub rose design on that one. Little sugar dish. This one is Royal Crown Derby Posies. Look at the little flower there on the inside. That's cute, isn't it? This one's still got all of its gold intact, so really good condition. So the last bit of crockery I have to share, I literally squealed in delight when I saw this in the shop window in my local Vinnie's store, and I rushed inside and went straight over and gingerly, very carefully got it out of the window display, took it up to the counter and said, "Can you please hold this for me while I keep looking around?" I hadn't even had a chance to look at anything else. I just went straight to this, picked it up and put it on the counter. Are you ready? Look at this. Now I've shared this on Instagram, so you may have seen it already, but oh my God, I thought this was the cutest thing and I just could not believe my luck. Now the lid comes off. Now I'm assuming this is to be used as something like a cookie jar. I will probably put threads or something along the stitchy nature inside it, or I might hide a stash of chocolate in there. But isn't it just the cutest thing? And it was $20, I think it was $20, maybe $20 I think. And I thought, oh my goodness, like look at that. And it's not nothing wrong with it. It's not a chip on it. It doesn't have much information. It just says the Creative Circle on the bottom. So I don't think it is particularly old or vintage, but sort of maybe from the 80s or 90s. I don't know. What do you think? But I was just so excited to see it and grab it. And it is going to live in my studio where I can just admire it and keep a stash of something in there. But just so fun and beautiful. So I loved that. That's probably my favorite find this year so far to date in terms of thrifted treasures. So I just have 2 more things to share, and they are not crockery or linen related. The first one is this sweet little sewing basket that I found at my local vintage shop. It's not in the best condition. It's a bit dirty inside, and it's a bit worn. This fabric here is quite worn. So what I think I'm going to do with this one is, because I have been seeing them pop up in the Roxy Sisters, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a slow stitch cover here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I think I could probably pull this off, maybe remove the handle, make a new panel here and fix it in place. This is already starting to come apart here, so I think I can probably rip most of that out, and then I can line it with a new slow stitch lining. I'll try and pull off this trim and put a new trim down, and I should be able to put some new tethers here, or I might just leave them off. I don't think I really need those bits there. Probably just cut those off. And I'll give it a really nice good clean on the outside. But that's going to be a fun little slow stitch project, I think, once it's had a good clean and a new lease of life put on it. But I thought that was super cute. And then also from the vintage shop, and this piece is quite heavy, I found this, and it had to come home with me because I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So it's a timber suitcase kind of box. Now, hang on, I think I've got that upside down. Let's turn it over. Whoa. There we go. I think I've got something in here. I don't know what I've got in here. But I thought this will be beautiful when I have, all my handmade items are in here at the moment. I thought this would be beautiful in my stall, when I do my stalls for my shop, and beautiful to have in my shop when I eventually open one. To have products in, or to put it in the window, or just to use for display. But I just thought, this is printed on, I think, or it's a piece of, I'm not sure what it is, stuck on there. I think I could peel that off. So it's some kind of something stuck on there anyway. But I just really liked that, and I thought that was very me, very my style. So that came home with me. So that's all my recent treasures. Well, I have to say, actually, it's not all of them. I have had a lot of vintage sheets and fabrics come into my stash since the start of the year, but most of them have already been cut up into smaller pieces, or they're in the ironing basket. And I thought I won't worry about sharing those this time round. So I'm going to end the video with thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all my little treasures. Obviously, I don't always have this much. It's just because I've had a lot of these from Christmas and sort of from the start of the year. And I don't always strike it this lucky either. And that's, I think, the thrill of vintage and thrifting. is when you find something that is really incredible. Like, it just makes it so worthwhile. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll end the video with a flip through of this beautiful book that I picked up also from my local vintage shop. So I'll see you again soon. Happy thrifting and stitching.